It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Last outing for the Hawks, unsuccessful, coming away with a loss to the Rockets. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. Kenny, I'll tell you what.
What?
We've already seen some big matchups to start this season. It's very early.
Yes.
But in the real world, how soon do you start thinking about playoff ramifications?
Oh, you start thinking about playoffs from day one.
Oh,
the end goal is always some.
But you're not thinking about where you are. Hey, right now we'd play these guys.
Yes, always. And I look at them in 5-game blocks. I would be like, hey, man, in these 5 games, we need to be here for the playoffs. After these 5, we need to be here. Because that's, if you don't, it could get out of control and out of your control.
I can tell just from his reaction of shaking his head that he's not buying what you're selling.
Don't listen to that jibber-jabber, Ernie. You focus on one game at a time. The rest will just take care of itself.
So you go less than I do.
One game at a time.
I went
take care of
5-game
itself.
blocks. You went
and then if you need to make an
time.
adjustment, you don't wait. You just
when
make
did you think about playoffs then?
When playoff time came around.
So not like early on in the season you weren't thinking playoffs like Kenny was.
Can't control the future. Only I can.
It didn't work that time. Nothing showed up in your hand.
Nothing.
It doesn't always work that way. What do you think this is, some video game? Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Last game for the Hawks, it was a loss to the Houston Rockets. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
And their defense practically non-existent in that one. Just gave up far too many easy shots.
You could say they certainly were not on a string on the defensive end. They need to be so much better moving forward.
And as we've got a few moments here before the tip, let's go to David Aldridge, who was able to speak with Mike Budenholzer. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, you told me that today is all about setting the tone for the rest of the season series with this team. He said they're going to be a tough opponent for us every time we see them. We've got to let them know right now, today, that we're going to be just as tough for them. We'll find out, indeed, if they can set the right tone, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Doris, 2 terrific defenses going at it tonight. Most people expect a low-scoring contest. How do you go about getting points in a game like this?
Well, against high-caliber defenses, one thing you have to do is be patient, work your offense into the second and third options, but most importantly, Kev, you've got to take care of that rock.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Schroeder and Bellinelli team up in the backcourt. Ilyasova out there with Prince, and it's Muscala in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Just an example of what sets LeBron apart from everyone else. The ability to set up his teammates for easy scores while being so dominant himself.
Here's Schroeder, and out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the story of that game was their terrific rhythm on the offensive end.
Right, you could tell they were in a groove all night. They looked comfortable, they didn't rush. It was gorgeous execution.
LeBron kicks to Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
So it's the Hawks now. 4-point game. Shooter passes to Muscala. The Hawks working the ball around. Prince outside. Sinks that one from the post.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Thomas with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Wizards in Washington. The feed to Love. 5 on the clock. Can't hit from 12. On defense, the Cavaliers. Here's Schroeder, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out. It really changes the complexion of the game.
It just opens the court up so much more, and you like to see him get into a rhythm from beyond the arc.
And here's Wade after the 3-pointer from Dennis Schroeder. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. An easy 2 points on the layup. Schroeder's got 5 now. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Thompson, a screen on Schroeder. Thomas kicks to Thompson.
Well, we the North starting to turn out some players, right? Out of Toronto, Canada, Tristan Thompson. He doesn't have the most expansive offensive skill set, but guys, his motor is as good as it gets.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
Schroeder kicks to Prince. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
And it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
Here's Schroeder. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Yep, it counts. And it's 7 points for Dennis Schroeder.
What nice work to get the high percentage look, and he doesn't make any mistake with it.
Thomas passes to Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Isn't this what we've come to expect the great point guards to do? Thomas effective spotting his teammates when they're open.
The Hawks leading. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Feeds to Schroeder from downtown. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against them.
Oh!
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
James kicks to Thomas. And here's Love from the arc. They grab their own miss. Now James. Against Washington, he was really on his game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Doris, one thing we've seen with LeBron, he's not shy putting pressure on the franchise when it comes to personnel decisions.
Right, Kev, this guy is very serious about winning championships. LeBron James expects support from ownership in terms of acquiring the right pieces, and he keeps his contract short with a purpose. That exerts leverage to be in position to win.
Atlanta making a switch here. Dedmon's checked in.
And the Cavs trade for Isaiah Thomas reunites 2 former teammates. He and Kevin Love actually played a little AAU ball together, both of them growing up in the Pacific Northwest.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
The drive by James. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. Dishes to Wade. James outside, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
And a moment here to check out the stats for James. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 26 points a game, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
And Ilyasova kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Dedmon. Passes it to Prince. Here's the screen. Off the screen. Good D by Thompson.
And back in high school, Isaiah Thomas used to ride the train down to Portland and stay the weekend at the Love's family house. For those two, teaming up once again at this level, it's pretty surreal.
Thomas, good.
Well, difficult shot making is a specialty of Isaiah Thomas. The defense could not do much more than that.
Shots good by Dedmon.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Outside Thomas. The dish to Love. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Love's got 5.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Dedmon kicks to Bellinelli. Hawks passing it around. There's the pick. Back to Schroeder. Fires the 3. That shot off. And Cleveland the other way now. Here's James. Thompson outside. Back to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
I don't think you can stop LeBron James when he starts off to fly like that. Might as well just start jogging back the other way.
And Ilyasova kicks to Prince. Now the pass to Ilyasova. And stolen by Love. James against Prince. Love the pass to Thompson. Back to Love. Now here's Schroeder. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Smith has checked in. Collins checked in for the Hawks. Malcolm Delaney comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And that one's good. Schroeder.
I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
And here is LeBron. He's got 6. Thompson outside. Prince against LeBron. Just 5 to shoot. And James throws it down.
Yeah, when LeBron James is fighting his way through contact, he makes it look so easy.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Delaney. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
His passing definitely came into play as well, Kev. He was very unselfish, really kept the ball moving.
Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Thomas against Schroeder. Thomas up top. He has 5. Fires for 3. That shot missing.
That's nice technique on the glass. You leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
And the Cavaliers with possession. Love outside. No good with the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Thomas. Thomas with another miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Prince kicks to Delaney. Takes it out to Schroeder. Takes a three. Thompson with the rebound. Cavaliers leading. Smith with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. James dishes to Thompson. No one near Smith as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And that's JR's specialty right there. The defense can't let him have a shot. I don't care what kind of range he's in.
LeBron against Prince. Another shot. And he lays it up and in.
Timeout, timeout.
Prince has got 6 points.
Boy, hitting for good percentage here in the first quarter. He's doing what he can to get his team off on the right foot.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Doors with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jay Crowder comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for James. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Now Rose kicks it to Fry. The tray. And it's Delaney with the rebound. The Hawks trail it. 3-on-3. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
Now here's Rose. Not a lot of room. Crowder kicks to Rose to end the run. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And Derrick Rose, a free agent this last offseason, didn't get the contract that he might have been hoping for, but most teams' doors shied away from giving sizable contracts to a player with his type of injury history.
Well, for Derrick Rose, I think a number of teams have an interest in him, just not at the same price he once commanded. Still beloved in terms of the fans because he's top 15 in jersey sales.
Delaney, the pass to Dedmon. 56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Delaney. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And for Derrick Rose, listen, he proved last season that he can still be an impact player on the offensive end. The guy averaged 18 points a game, his most since he missed all of the 2013 season. He's confident with the ball in his hand. He's a consistent source of scoring.
And for Rose in his offense, he isn't the same player he was, Doris, before his injuries, but he has adjusted his offensive game quite nicely in what he can now.
Right, because Rose has started to play a lot closer to the rim the last few seasons, and that's helped his scoring efficiency. He doesn't take near the volume of three-pointers he once did.
Outside Crowder. Back to Rose. Outside Crowder. Oh, and that one had the right spit on it, and it is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 4. There's a screen. Here's Delaney. He kicks to Bazemore. Shoots. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
It was huge, no doubt, and it seems like they simply can't miss from downtown.
The Hawks trail by 4. This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Collins is out there with Luke Babbitt. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Delaney in at the point guard position. He feeds it to Collins. Shot clock at 6. Collins a screen on Smith. Bazemore for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Bazemore's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Atlanta. Smith outside. Crowder sets a screen for Smith. And stolen by Bazemore. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Stops. Pops. Here's Collins. Some solid defense from Rose.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Outside Crowder has to Shumpert. There's the feed to Rose. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Now here's Bazemore. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. Delaney kicks it to Bazemore. Another 3 for Atlanta.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Fry slams it in.
No, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. Muscala, he's checked in for the Hawks. And you look at last season for Channing Frye, some of the best shooting numbers, Doris, of his career.
I think all the more impressive, Kev, when you consider the personal adversity he weathered with the passing of both his parents. This guy is a true pro, understands the game, one of the best pick-and-pop big men in the league.
He got right to the cup using that screen. 6 points for Derrick Rose.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Hawks passing it around. And Bellinelli kicks to Delaney. Feeds it to Muscala. They set the pick. Dishes it to Bazemore. That 3 off the mark. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Rose. Outside Shumpert. The kick out to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Shumpert. There's the 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one. The Hawks trail by 3. Delaney kicks to Muscala. Pass to Delaney. Expanding his range. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Here's Rose. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Delaney, the pass to Babbitt. They set the pick. Delaney kicks to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Muscala. And he's good on the 3 ball. Muscala's got 5 points so far.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's Rose, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Atlanta with the ball, trailing by 4. And Bazemore kicks to Muscala. Back to Bazemore. Off the pick. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
And Fry kicks to Shumpert. It's stolen by Korver. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. Another three for Cleveland.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Bazemore on the wing. Passes it to Muscala. They get it back. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Rose. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Cavaliers.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got one national championship to his credit. He was an effective two-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a four-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought. The Hawks shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany handed the keys as the full-time starter at the point guard in his fourth season.
And with his confidence and competitive spirit, you know he was chomping at the bit for that opportunity. And you got to love his athleticism coupled with that big play capability. It's just exciting to see how good this young man can become.
And Doris, coming into the NBA, Love's game was centered around the basket, a double-double machine.
Well, think about this, Kev. One of 5 players in the last 3 decades to average over 15 rebounds for an entire season. He did that in 2011. And he still remains a factor on the boards because he's got terrific understanding of positioning and great lower body strength.
Schroeder outside from the arc. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket for Muscala.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
James dishes to Love. Outside for Thomas. Up and in on the layup. Thomas got 7 points in the game.
Well, Kevin, the defensive presence was there. That is the uncanny ability of Isaiah Thomas to find the way to score it.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Now the dish to Schroeder. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. The baseline J off the mark.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Oh, wide open look for Love. Misses the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Thomas. Great showing for him last season. 2nd in free throw percentage, 3rd in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, 2nd in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. Atlanta making a switch here. Dedmon's checked in. Here's Prince. Count that one. 8 points for him.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
James dishes to Love. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Rebound, Love. Love's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wade kicks to Love. And it's Wade penetrating. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Schroeder. He's got 11. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Off the pick.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Thomas against Schroeder. In the corner, it's James. Outside Thomas. Shoots over Schroeder. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Thomas got 9.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
There's the screen. Schroeder with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And Smith subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Collins checked in for Atlanta. And James throws it down.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
Schroeder kicks to Delaney. To the inside. The 11-footer. Here's Collins. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Ron right side. And stolen by Prince. From 12 feet out. That one rolling around and rims out. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter.
You know, without a lot of shot blocking on the interior, the Cavs play a very conservative defensive style. A low rate of steals. They want to stay in front and prevent penetration.
And right now, they have all the momentum. I mean, just look at the score.
No, there's no doubt. You can see it. The lead continues to grow. They're not slowing down. I love the pressure they're applying. I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
Thomas against Schroeder. Thomas dishes to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Lets it go. Cleveland keeping it alive. Fresh 24. Prince against James. Thompson, a screen on Prince. They kick it out to Green. The 3. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs. Atlanta's shooting 45% in quarter number 2. And for the Cavs, some defensive regression from a top 10 defense in 2016 doors to a bottom 10 last year.
Yeah, it's hard to dispute the notion that their offense carried them. Now, some would attribute that to coasting in the regular season, but still, their aim was to win it all, and tough to do that if you don't defend at a high level. And
it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Isaiah Thomas is second.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Here's Delaney, covered by Smith. It's Schroeder with the drive. Good D by Thompson.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Outside Thomas. Thompson outside. Back to Thomas. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Thompson misses. The Hawks trail by 7. Delaney, the pass to Schroeder. Cans the 12-footer. Schroeder's got 6 here in this quarter. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
That's a 2 from Babbitt.
Yeah, that's a case where you don't always have to get the block to play good defense, and Thompson did a great job on that possession.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers on top, up 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
There's no excuse for letting a team drain that many threes on you. Come on, especially at such a high percentage. That means your perimeter defense is weak. They got to close out on the shooters with conviction, even if it creates some weakness inside.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave there in that first half. The 3-ball just kept falling.
Hey, Greg, this guy phenomenal from distance, dropping in 3 after 3 after 3, and the defense has got to make an adjustment.
Here's Schroeder. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. Isaiah Thomas out there with Dwayne Wade, and it's Thompson in at the center position. Cleveland leading by 5. Thomas kicks to Love. Over Ilyasova, and Love gets it to go. Love's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Cavs.
You know, it's interesting. Kevin Love almost 2 different players, right, guys? I mean, a bruising offensive rebounder who can battle inside, but also a skilled perimeter shooter. That's a rare combination.
Schroeder, his 3-pointers off the mark.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Wade outside. Now the feed to Thompson. Fires from 14. Not enough on that one as it misses. And the 3-point shot is a growing part of Kevin Love's game.
Well, I think it's certainly something he's added since coming to the NBA. From barely shooting any early on in his career where he was a flat back-to-the-basket scorer, now 3-pointers account for almost half of his field goal attempts.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you've simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Back to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3. It just slips away.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And the pass to Prince. Back to Schroeder. Isaiah Thomas grabs the board. Cleveland leading by 9. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Wade kicks to Thomas. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, Isaiah Thomas has a great stroke. The guy can fill it up from downtown.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Doris, as we know, you were born in New York, grew up in New Jersey, lots of basketball talent in those areas. Who are some local players who influenced you early on?
Well, 1983 is the year the Philadelphia 76ers won the NBA championship, and that team was the epitome of cool, Kevin, right? You had the masterful doctor, the power of Moses Malone, but you know who I tried to emulate? Mo Cheeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the steady, heady point guard who could make big shots and come up with a timely steal. I couldn't be the doctor. I couldn't fly like the doc, so Mo Cheeks is my guy.
James outside. To the paint. Here's Thompson. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
The Hawks trail by 12. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Hawks passing it around. Schroeder kicks to Prince. From deep. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Prince. And that's now 21 points for Dennis Schroeder. Thompson, a screen on Schroeder. Here's Thomas. Kicks it out to Love. Another 3 for Cleveland.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bellinelli passes to Muscala. Out to the right wing. Puts it up from 12. That one a little long.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot, well below 50% from the field in this period.
And Thomas, here we go.
Well, Isaiah Thomas can handle the basketball with great efficiency. He might have the league's best hesitation move, and that allows him to get to the rim at will, guys.
And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Cleveland. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore is checked in. Ilyasova, a screen. Takes a 3. Atlanta gets it back. Bellinelli dishes to Muscala. Out to the right wing. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the 2-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
The 3 from Korver. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Yeah, guys, not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. The feed to Schroeder. Pass to Bazemore. Ilyasova, a screen. Nobody near Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Outside Korver. Thomas goes in. Love with the bucket. Love's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And LeBron James last season playing in his 7th consecutive NBA Finals door as his streak only surpassed by the great Bill Russell.
And for context, Kevin, remember in the 60s when Bill Russell played, the finals were just the second round. What LeBron is doing is so much harder. To think that in 12 postseasons he has been to the finals 8 times, nothing short of astounding.
Rose gets a wide open look. The Cavaliers keep it going, a new 24-second shot clock. Korver, no luck. The Hawks trail by 19. And here's Bazemore. He's got 8. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
And here's Rose outside. The three-pointer is right on target. Rose has got 13.
Well, this is one of Rose's few offensive limitations, right? That consistency from deep range, but he drills that one.
Bazemore with it. Schroeder, right side, kicks to Ilyasova. Feeds it to Schroeder. From outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Schroeder's got 24.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
Rose against Schroeder. Rose goes in. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. There's the pick. Back to Schroeder. Banked in off the glass. 26 points for him.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
On the wing, Korver. Outside Rose. Shoots over Schroeder. The kick out to Crowder. The 3. That falls. Great assist by Love. 5 points in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And if there's one thing the Hawks have hung their hats on, it's been their defense.
Very disciplined across the board. They take charges, they protect the paint, they do a great job with their communication. And even though they get their share of blocks and steals, I think they do a great job of avoiding those cheap fouls.
Smith checked in for the Cavaliers. Shumpert comes in for Dwayne Wade. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Mike Muscala. Collins comes in for Ilyasova. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Dennis Schroeder. Smith, left side. Cuts off the pass. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Delaney. 9 points in the game so far. And Shumpert pulls it down.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Smith outside. There's the steal. Here's Delaney. He's covered by Rose. Bazemore on the wing. 8 points for him. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. That one on Love.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
For Atlanta, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And that one falls for Collins. And the Hawks known for their equal opportunity drive and kick offensive style. But Greg, their three-point shooting percentage has cratered the last few seasons.
Yeah, and the way the league is going, that's something they'll have to fix. The free throw line, also an issue for this group. It's clear they're in search of more shooting.
And LeBron outspoken last season about the Cavs, Doris, need for more playmakers.
Well, Kev, at the time, there were only 2 players, Kyrie and LeBron, who were averaging at least 2 assists. To give you a point of comparison, the Warriors had 7 players do that. So there was a ton of pressure on LeBron and Kyrie to make that offense hum.
Here's Delaney. He's got 9. Clock at 6. Shoots a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Outside Rose. Love right side. And the dunk by Love.
Oh, guys, by the looks of it, Kevin Love has just about everything working right now.
Atlanta's shooting around 40% in the third, maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Here's Dedmon, and he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. It's a pick by Love. Rose double teamed. He kicks to Crowder.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
And Kevin, let's not forget, Jay Crowder is a former second-round draft pick. This guy has made his bones in the NBA by adding toughness to every team he's played on.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Cleveland leading by 16. And Greg, wouldn't you agree, Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Delaney kicks to Collins. Pass to Delaney. He feeds it to Collins. Delaney no good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Shumpert passes to Thompson. Here's Babbitt, covered by Smith. Babbitt dishes to Bazemore. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bazemore's got 11.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Now Rose, 17 points in the game. From deep. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Cleveland, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's be the one that just plays harder. Keep playing through it. Keep playing. Keep playing our game. Here we go.
Mike Budenholzer laying it down to his good team, asking a little bit more from the energy standpoint, more effort from his guys.
Yeah, and I think he sees an opportunity for them to try and make a move here. Doesn't want to let that pass by.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Collins is out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Delaney in at the point. And Bazemore kicks to Collins. Back to Bazemore. Crowder with the steal. Right side Rose. It's Crowder on the wing. Cleveland moving it around. Over in the corner, Rose. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Bazemore kicks to Delaney. stolen by Thompson. Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got it. The fast break chance. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And, Kevin, how about Crowder's ability to start their offense with his defense? He's always keeping his hands moving.
The Hawks trail by 20. Delaney kicks to Dedmon. Passes it to Delaney. Thompson comes with the double team. Collins a screen on Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
When you look at the Cavs bench, you certainly see a lot of veterans over there. LeBron wants teammates he can trust in the heat of the playoffs.
And LeBron trying to make the most of his championship window, Doris. But does the age of the Cavalier role players shorten that window, do you think?
Well, I think it's a great question. And you could look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, and they put among their reserves young developing players, and that helps to extend their run. With the Cavs, it seems to be more of a now or never approach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. James checked in for Shumpert, and Thomas subbed in for Rose.
Don't give LeBron James a lane to the hoop because he will be ruthless in his attack. He takes advantage anytime he sees daylight.
Prince outside. Back to Delaney. Shoots the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
That's his second make from distance this half after hitting none before that.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. James outside. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Crowder kicks to Thompson. Atlanta with the rebound. Upside Prince. Took him no time at all on that one. Prince has got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
James outside. Outside Crowder. Over Collins. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Wade, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And then for Atlanta, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Collins. Bellinelli comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Malcolm Delaney. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Wade, good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Bellinelli kicks it over to Schroeder. This one for 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Cavaliers leading by 17. Outside Thomas. Thompson up top. Here's James. Back to Thompson. Rebound Atlanta. Dedmon's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Schroeder left side. Ilyasova a screen. And Crowder comes up to help.
Jump on. You too.
So it's the Hawks now. Ilyasova passes to Prince. 6 on the shot clock. He tries for 3. Schroeder dishes to Dedmon, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Thomas up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. That's tipped. Dishes it to Ilyasova. Prince kicks to Dedmon. Over Thompson. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Now here's James. Down low. And he goes in for the dunk.
That's Jay Crowder demonstrating how strong he is. He's dominating the defense with his ability to play through contact.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Muscala's checked in. Free throw good, Crowder.
Well, Cavs coach Tyronn Lue grew up in the small town of Mexico, Missouri. He saw it all at a young age, good and bad.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Ilyasova passes to Schroeder. Here's the teardrop. He gets it in there. Schroeder's got 28.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev. But he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Thomas kicks to Thompson. Outside Crowder. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, Kevin, make no mistake, Jay Crowder has a craftiness that allows him to pick up fouls on his way to the cup.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good from Crowder. Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
That's his 4th personal foul. At the line for the Hawks, Dennis Schroeder, taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
James checked in for Crowder. Schroeder hits them both. The Cavaliers leading by 16. And here is Thomas. The screen from Thompson. Shot off the screen, and the basket by Thomas.
Well, I don't want to say you can't guard Isaiah Thomas in these pick-and-roll situations, but he's making it nearly impossible.
Ilyasova a screen. Schroeder with the ball. He dishes it to Muscala, and stolen by James. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Imagine LeBron gets a step on you. It must be like a steam engine coming at you to the rim. All you can do is foul him.
He doesn't get the second one. The Hawks trail by 18. Prince fires. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. And that's 12 points for Tristan Thompson.
Well, you know that Thompson's feeling it when he's pulling up immediately after catching the pass.
Prince outside. Now the dish to Schroeder. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a three-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of guys like R.C. Buford and Rick Carlisle. They believe, more important than me, intelligent basketball people believe that in the United States, we must institute a shot clock from the time guys and young women pick up the game.
Offline with his three. The Cavaliers leading by 19. Here's LeBron. Over Prince. LeBron James again. LeBron's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, LeBron's going to put in work from the mid-range if you start to give him that kind of space.
Atlanta calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Well, he has got to be the only thing they're discussing in this huddle, because the approach they've used on him has been a disaster. Changes need to be made. I don't know if it's a double team, switching matchups, but something's got to be done.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Ilyasova, a screen on Thomas. The pass to Ilyasova. Doris, the revenue-generating streams for players these days, more endorsements, acting opportunities, event appearances, you name it. What impact do you think that has had on the evolution of guys wanting to play in big markets, big cities?
You know, I think the world is smaller, and so it's not necessarily a requirement to be in a large market in order to have some marketing success. You know, you look at any number of stars, even Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, he's pitching any number of major company because of the level of talent. So I think it's been a good thing. I think it really comes down to where are these players comfortable. It's much more about organization and opportunity to win than it is city.
Ilyasova, a screen. Here's Bellinelli, count it from 12.
How about the fearlessness? And even in the face of the D, Bellinelli there makes them pay.
Schroeder against Thomas. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup. After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Cleveland.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for LeBron.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
And that one's good. Schroeder. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
7-second difference, shot and game clock, and Thompson throws it down.
running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Here's Schroeder. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Schroeder's got 34. Now James. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Kevin, congrats on the win. Are you guys gaining confidence, and what are you figuring out?
Just that we need to continue continuity. We really need to pick it up on the defensive end. Offense, we can get whatever we want really at any time, but the defense is where we're going to need to get better.
That is somewhere where you have to tighten up, Kevin. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.